Carolynn Sells, welcome, Isle of Man TT 2025.
Thank you.
Bit of a difficult weather conditions, but we're here. Of course, Manx Grand Prix winner. I mean, you've heard the story, you've told the story probably many times, but can you just briefly tell your story about winning a Manx Grand Prix race as the only woman around the TT course?
Yeah, so in 2009 it was, I won the Ultra-Lightweight Manx Grand Prix on a FZR 400. The year before, in 2008, I actually crashed out of third place up at the bungalow.
Right.
Chasing Dan Neen at the time. It was a 3-lap race and I'd done my pit stop on the first lap. Dan still had to do his and I was lying third on the mountain. But unfortunately I touched the exhaust down and crashed out. And I was actually planning to do the TT the following year. But because I was so close, I thought, oh, I've got to have another go. Yeah. So we came back in 2009 and I had a very kind sponsor who he got 3 FZRs, because the FZRs are faster than the VFR 400 that I used to race. Right. So we tested 3 and I picked the one that I like, and we developed the bike all year with the sole intention of winning the Manx Grand Prix and becoming the first woman ever to win a race on the TT course. Yeah, and we had weather a little bit like this. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
of course, I'm sure you've told that story many times already, and people keep saying like you're the only woman to win around the course, but I think I've heard you tell before that that's not the most important thing for you. It's just winning around the course. That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. I started coming here in 1985 with my dad, who used to race in the Manx Grand Prix. And at that time, women weren't even allowed to race in the Manx Grand Prix. Right. I think it wasn't until 1989, when I was 16, that was when women were first allowed to race in the Manx Grand Prix, and I was riding around here on my little RD50 on the roads and dreaming of, doing it myself and maybe even winning it one day. So yeah, it's a long time dream.
Have you always lived on the Isle of Man, or you moved here?
We moved here. My mum and dad moved here, 1995, I think it was. I was living in Liverpool at the time, and I wasn't racing then. I was a student, spending most of my time going out. So I moved here in 2008.
And do you see yourself ever going back away from the island?
No. I left England in 2007. I actually went to Ireland with my other half, Roger, who used to race in the TT, Roger Maher. So, and then we moved from there to here. But no, it's a fantastic place to bring the children up. So
the TT has a very central place in your household, I suppose.
Yeah, TT, and Manx Grand Prix.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the Isle of Man, yeah.
But it's just such a lovely place to live as well, you know. It's very safe for the children and stuff like that. So.
And now, of course, you're not really involved with the TT, but you are with the Manx Grand Prix. But then, what does it mean for you to just experience this on the place where you live, experience such an event and see the bikes come past and thousands and thousands of people coming to see this island? Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, the island comes alive, doesn't it? You know, because it's very quiet in the winter, which is nice because we can hibernate, and then in the summer, you know, we get everybody over here. I just wish we've had 2 months of pure sunshine before this, and I just wish we had a bit more sunshine for everybody. Fingers crossed we get some action this afternoon. Returning to the topic of being a female racer, of course we've seen the introduction of the World Women's Championship alongside World Superbikes. Have you followed that closely? What is your opinion about this championship?
I actually, one of my friends, Maddie Patterson, put a team together last year and ran a team in the championship. And while I think it has its place, it's probably not something that I would have ever done, because I always really enjoyed racing and beating men, to be honest. You know, I never wanted to make myself any different. I like to race against everybody. So, but I think it's great because it's, you know, attracted a lot of attention, and it's a good platform for people, especially doing the circuit races and things like BSB and World Superbikes and stuff like that. For road racing, I think it's a bit different.
I mean, of course, at the TT we see multiple female competitors as well. Yeah. Do you watch them more closely, or it's just you just follow everyone?
I used to race against Maria Costello. She was in the race that I won. I think she was down in 11th and then pulled out because she didn't like the conditions. So because like I said, it was a horrible wet and windy day, a bit like this. But no, I don't. I felt, you know, I'm friendly with most of them, so, you know, it's good to see everybody, but I like to just watch it all.
And of course, you're wearing a Manx Grand Prix shirt, even though we're at the Isle of Man TT.
I am.
I mean, has the Manx Grand Prix maybe a bigger place in your heart than the TT?
Yeah, because I grew up in the Manx Grand Prix paddock. You know, my dad was racing. I mean, when I was a kid, Tom Tunstall, his dad was racing. Tom Tunstall races in British Superbikes and stuff like that. He's just had an accident recently. There was also Jamie Robinson, who used to race in MotoGP. He was a few years younger than me in the paddock, you know. So I think Peter Hickman also, his dad did the Manx Grand Prix as well. So, you know, I've grown up with the Manx Grand Prix, and I've always loved that event. I've had a lot of involvement in it, so that's the one where my heart lies. Yeah. But the TT is a massive spectacle, you know, and it's fantastic to see.
Of course, about the Manx, they've changed the format again a bit this year. Do you think that's a positive step that they've done?
Well, I think it's good that it's gone back to 2 weeks. I didn't think that would happen. I think time will tell. We'll see how it goes. But, you know, in this day and age, everything has to be viable, doesn't it? You know, and has to earn its keep. So I hope it's a success for them.
Will you be back on radio duties?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I haven't had my contract yet, but I think so, yeah. I mean, I really enjoy doing it, and I've had a lot of really good feedback the last few years, so I hope so.
All right, Carolynn, thank you very much for taking your time, and we'll listen to you in a few months' time, and enjoy race week.